Hello my loves, this is Mystique and I welcome you to my digital sacred space. I hope you are happy, healthy and healing wherever you're watching from. Today we are doing a reading on what is your next glow up going to be like. So everything related to that is going to be included in this reading. How you can get there, what is it going to look like, what does the future you look like, and what is the next glow up or the next expansion level that you will be reaching mentally, physically, emotionally. All of that will be included in this reading. So we have 3 groups to choose from, 3 channel paintings for your pile selection today. This will be group number 1. This will be group number 2. And this will be group number 3 with a heart. I did these paintings in readings quite some time ago. This one is going to be a watercolor reading, but I'm not doing a channel painting. I will be doing a thread painting. I feel like I have not been doing those for quite some time, so I wanted to take the time to do that. Yeah, that is it for the piles. You can go ahead and watch your pile if you like, but here I'm going to begin with my prayer of gratitude that I always do, just to invite your spirit guides, your future self, your higher self, if they want to come through today, and to invite spirit so that we can all receive the information with acceptance, love and gratitude, and we can ascend faster. Dear Spirit, I would like to open this prayer by thanking you and giving me the privilege to read for my divine soul family, my divine collective, present with me here today. Dear spirit guides, light beings, angels, I call upon you with divine love for guidance, for any messages to be given with precision and clarity so that it helps my soul family. Dear soul family who's watching this video, I thank you for sharing, for being on this journey of expansion and evolution and transformation with me. I applaud and congratulate you for being a courageous divine starseed / soul. If any of you are feeling anxious, unstable, I ask for the energy of calm, tranquility, ease and peace to now flood you so that you can pivot your energy into the direction of what you do want instead of manifesting unconsciously what you don't want. I offer this prayer to all of my dear human souls, my kin, whether they watch this reading or not. Please guide us and stay with us. I ask you, dear Spirit, to give us information about what the next glow up of my group number 1, 2, and 3, my soul family, is going to look like, and how they can get there, how they can ascend and expand and transform into the magnificent divine beings that they are. I close this prayer by saying thank you to all of my loves watching this reading. Thank you so much for being with me. Thank you so much for leaving positive comments, for your personal reading bookings, donations. Thank you so much for all of your support in any way. Thank you so much for sending good energy my way. I'm grateful to all of you, and I will see you in your reading. Hello my loves, if you chose this painting, this is going to be your reading. It's a circle. Now the first thing that I'm getting from this is that you are going through some kind of a split, or feeling like you're being split in two different directions. There are two things that you want, or two ways or two paths that are in front of you, and you want to take both, but you feel like you can only take one. You cannot take both. There's this feeling of like, I want to be this, but I cannot be that at the same time, because it feels like there is some kind of a oppositional dichotomy there. Although I want to say that you can be both, or you can do both. Let me first get into your cards. Now I do have your thread ready for the thread painting, as you can see here, but they're asking me to pull your cards first. So usually I start off with the painting, but they asked me to pull your cards. I apologize for the noise in the background, but we have the Ace of Swords reversed. That is your very first card. Yeah, that tells us a lot. Then we have the Princess of Wands, which is the Page of Wands, also reversed. Then we have Victory in reverse, which is the Six of Wands. We have the Knight of Cups, also reversed. Then we have Strife in reversed. We have the Ace of Worlds, also reversed, which is the Ace of Wands. And we have the, what is this? Blended Pleasure, which is the Four of Cups, reversed once again. So don't worry, all of your cards are in reverse. Do not worry. Focus. Yes. Okay. I feel like there is some kind of a confusion, but it's mostly mental. I do not feel like there is an obstacle in the physical standing in your way, keeping you from what you desire or what you want. I strongly sense that it is some kind of a mental block or an energy block that you have. It is not that things are limited in the physical somehow. If there is some kind of a victory or success that you are aiming for example, when I say that, for example, let's say you started a business thinking that, okay, I'm going to manifest huge success for myself, but it's not doing so well, right? So it is against your expectations, your initial expectations. So I strongly feel that you are disheartened by the lack of progress that you are witnessing. But the thing is that the more you witness that, the more it happens. I feel like you're already in the process of learning already in the process of learning why this is happening. So I feel like you might already have an idea about why this is happening and what you can do to manifest otherwise. There could be some dark energies around you or dark forces around you, surrounding you. They cannot cause you harm directly, okay? I want you to remember this. But what they will do is, with suggestion, they make you manifest a negative reality, okay? So let's say you are having a really bad day and you're really tired, and then you get to work and you have to work for like 9 hours straight, and then your boss comes and he's like, oh wait, you haven't finished this, right? And then you realize that, oh wait a second, I have to wait 2 more hours, so you're hungry, and you're not in the state where you realize that you are powerful, that these beings cannot touch you. But that is the time when you are at your weakest mentally, right, spiritually, because you're drained of energy. And that is when they will come in and be like, God, isn't the boss just disgusting? Like, why is he making us work like we're slaves? Oh my God, this isn't right. You know what I mean? Like, you'll suddenly start having this negative thoughts, and those negative thoughts will turn into negative feelings, and you'll be like, oh my God, he really is cruel. Even though he could be a good person, or he could be an effective leader, right? But you start perceiving it that way, and so you start manifesting like a negative reality, and your point of attraction changes relative to this person. It becomes negative, right? And that is why I feel like you have been unconsciously manifesting like negative things for yourself, not understanding that you are too powerful, that your manifestation powers are too powerful. Now, manifestation, as it is talked about right now, people assume that, okay, you can manifest only good things or happy things for yourself, because that is how they are talking about it. Actually, that is not true. We are manifesting as human beings all the time, because the law of attraction has existed throughout. Whether we knew about it or not was the point that we can debate about. But it existed whether we believed it or not, or whether we knew it or not. So we were already manifesting. We just didn't know. Now, what is happening with these manifestation videos and content is that they are teaching us how to manifest things that we do want, instead of manifesting things that we don't want. For example, you don't want to be a vibrational match to a car accident or to a disease like cancer, right? You don't want that in your reality. But let's say that you are constantly thinking negative thoughts, or you are too much in your survival mode, or you live like you don't want to live, or you have depression, or you struggle with suicidal thoughts. Now that is going to manifest for you, because law of attraction is going to pick out similar circumstances and scenarios. The universe doesn't know how to say no, okay? It doesn't know how to say no. So whatever you feel, I would say, they say thoughts create reality, but I would go a step above and say feelings create your reality. So if you start feeling negative, you'll see that throughout the day, right, you'll run into these scenarios that make you feel more of that negative emotion, right? Make you feel more angry, more depressed, and then you'll find some people saying, oh my God, today's day is just not good. Why? Because you have been manifesting with that initial feeling, with that initial thought that, oh, today's day is going to be bad, right? So you have to stop that train wreck mid sentence, like stopping something in between so that it doesn't go, right? I feel like it is strongly for you, since every single one of your cards were reversed as this deck is shuffled, okay? But every single one of your cards was reversed. So I strongly feel that you have been doing this, maybe you didn't know, okay? And you have been thinking about, why is it not working out? Like, for example, I'll give you an example how it happens. Let's say you want to manifest abundance, right? And you're constantly thinking throughout the process, or constantly feeling, why isn't the money coming to me? Why isn't the money coming to me? What you're actually saying is, come here, absence of money. Come here, absence of money. So what manifests is the lack of money instead of the presence of money, right? And this can be applied to a lot of things in your life. Let's say you're trying to manifest love, or a soulmate, or a divine counterpart. If you are focused on the fact that you don't have them right now, you will not have them in the future. Also, if you are always thinking, oh, the success is going to come to me in the future, remember, there is no time. Time does not exist. Okay, there is no time. You are the creator and you can have it right now in this moment itself. Although the physical reality might take some time to kind of, put itself together to give it to you, but actually it will come to you. It has to come to you. If you are a vibrational match to success and abundance, there is no way that it cannot come to you. You can use the law of attraction to your advantage instead of manifesting negative things for yourself, right? I feel like you have a lot of energy because you got 2 aces and those are swords and wands. Wands literally talk about creating life, like literal energy in its purest form, fire. And swords is very much about air energy, thoughts, right? So I feel like you need to merge these two. Okay, you need to merge these two. Pivot yourself in the direction of, okay, what wounds do I need to look at? Okay, this is how I feel. Let me heal. What do I need? Let's say the reason why you are manifesting not being loved or not finding your counterpart for so many years is because you were not loved as a child. You were not loved in your young life, or I just heard previous life. But let's say that wound is huge to be closed. You can't just positive focus yourself into healing, right? You can't just be like, okay, I'm loved and that's what it is. It doesn't happen that way for those of us that have very, very deep wounds. So what you need to do is go into that feeling, okay, the feeling of not being loved. Go into that feeling and go into it without any resistance and ask yourself, what do I need? What did I need? What did my inner child desperately want but didn't get? Maybe you might come up with very specific answers like, I wanted to be held in this moment. I wanted to be given a hug in this moment. I wanted to cry without any limits in this moment. I wanted to be held in this moment. I wanted to feel like I was supported when I was inventing my business or whatever. And you have to go ahead and you can do this, okay, spiritually, or you just imagine you are here, okay, and your child self or your inner self is here. It doesn't have to be child self. For some of you, it might be someone older. But you have to take this wounded part of you and go and give them a hug and tell them that, you know what, it's okay. You feel what you feel and it's okay. You are not the enemy. Okay? You feel what you feel and that's okay. I'm here to protect you. I'm here to love you. I'm here, and hold that part of you for as long as, he, she, they need to be held. As long as just sit in a meditation. It is better if you sit in a place where it's quiet and just begin this, what do I call it? Exercise? I don't know. I don't care. As long as you're healing. You just sit there and do this exercise with yourself. Okay, you can also do this exercise while you look in the mirror into your own eyes, okay, and like go within yourself, and then after some time you can close your eyes, or if you don't have to close your eyes, you can keep your eyes open and connect with yourself in the mirror. Connect with yourself, connect with those parts of you that were wounded, because they need to come up, they need to be healed, they need to be held, they need to be loved. And then once that is done, you'll automatically become a match to abundance. You know what I mean? You don't have to work to feel like you are loved. What you need to work on is the feeling of being unloved. That is the problem. Like, that is not a natural state for human beings to be, right? So that is what you need to work on. I feel like this is it. But let me get some affirmation cards for you, and this will be the truth for you, okay? Whatever card comes out, it's going to be the truth for you. So we have 3. Oh my god, look at that. I am loved, respected, and appreciated. Today, I will welcome the love of others into my life. I am safe and secure in the love of those who care for me. Oh my god. If you want, you can take a screenshot of this start practicing this in your meditation. So in the morning when you wake up, what you can do, this is what I do as well. I first get into the frequency of love so that I'm manifesting good things throughout the day and good experiences, right? You don't want to start off the day with being grumpy or, you know, with negativity, okay? So I do this meditation where I imagine white light filling my body and the frequency of love filling my body. Sometimes it makes me cry because it feels very overwhelming. So start doing that. You could also start doing that because that will help you greatly. Then we have, I am happy. Today I choose to freely show the world my small and big reasons for happiness. I welcome others to bask in the glow of my joy. There is a lot about welcoming other people to love you, and I feel like there's people who want to love you or things want to fall into place, but you're not letting that happen, maybe unconsciously, because you don't feel like you are deserving of love. So automatically the person who doesn't feel like they're deserving of love pushes the person that loves them away. Why? Because they don't feel like they deserve that, right? So it's a very overwhelming experience, which is why you need to work on being a match to being loved, because that is what you do want, right? Then we have, I am grateful for all of my big and small successes. Today I shall focus on how I can use my success to help someone else. Oh my gosh, I will pay it forward and pass the abundance along. Wow. Okay, I feel like you're already successful. This is to say that you're already successful. I don't know whether you're seeing evidence of this in the physical world, but then again, it doesn't matter. I mean, it does, but it also doesn't matter from a spiritual perspective, because the moment you start feeling like you are deserving of pleasure and joy and abundance, it has to happen. It has to happen without any questions asked, right? So that's what I'm seeing for you. Let me start with your thread painting, because I do have your thread ready. I feel like this will just be like the ending messages and not so much new. So I'm gonna pour this thread into the paper and we'll see what comes out for you. I feel like you're very special. You're very special, but you spent a lot of time in your life feeling like you're not special. I am so sorry, group number 1. Okay. There might not be a lot of messages, mind you. But let's see. Let's see what we get. Yes, I am. I am going to be showing you the paper. Somebody was wondering, like, open the paper, open it. Oh wow. Oh wow. Okay. Wow, you're definitely blossoming. Definitely blossoming. And I feel like they want to say that the key is in your hands. Okay? The key is in your hands. The key is in your hands. I feel like you're learning to come into your power. Your next glow up has a lot to do with being a powerful being. And that is not, I'm not saying, remember, I am not saying that you are gaining power. No, that's not, you already were powerful. You just forgot about it maybe for some time because of whatever kind of childhood or something that you had, right? Your earth experiences, you forgot that for like a while, temporarily. But that is not true that you are not powerful. It's not true. Okay. Also, the next glow up has a lot to do with you coming into your power. So if you have people pleasing tendencies, or you sacrifice yourself, you put others before you, or you don't love yourself enough to put yourself first. You are not your first priority in life. I feel like your next glow up has a lot to do with putting yourself first, loving yourself, focusing on your healing journey, healing the part of you that always feels like it has to be nice to people, to be treated well. Okay, that is what is happening. And I feel like you're truly stepping into queen energy or king energy. You're truly stepping into it. So I feel like with you guys, my pile number 1, it's more psychological. Okay, and it's not a coincidence that you're choosing group number 1, because you are going to become like the number 1 person in your life. And I feel like your next glow up, you'll successfully close the cycles of people pleasing and enter into a new chapter, which is you knowing your power full well and exercising your power, not just as a human being, but also as a creator in the universe, right? Manifesting what you desire, right? The life that you do want. Not manifesting things that don't work for you, right? Wow. I'm also seeing like a child for some reason. A mouse, I'm seeing a child. That's what spirit is showing me. Maybe it has some significance for you. Maybe I feel like this is the chapter, or this is the point in time in your life where you are finally ready to see and heal your inner child. A lot of us will disconnect from our inner children and shame our inner child because we feel like, oh, our inner child is so innocent and vulnerable, and they are the reason why we get deceived or manipulated, because the inner child, or the human child, tends to be very trusting, and that is not good, because in earth reality, adults will not hesitate to deceive you or to manipulate you. So sometimes we disconnect from that, and we have to become like hard. We harden ourselves and we form shields around our heart. But the thing is, it keeps the world out, but it also keeps you out of the world. So it keeps you disconnected from the people that do want to love you, because you become inaccessible, right? So you need to first heal the part of you that feels like you need to build these walls, right? So the walls will dissolve and your heart will finally be open to receive love. And I feel like you need love specifically, desperately, to feel powerful, to feel like you are a creator, right? And I'm not talking about creator in terms of creativity. We are all creators of our reality. I'm not talking about like art or something like that, right? Although you could be an artist, but I don't feel like for most of you, I don't think you guys are artists or creators. I feel like you guys could be in logical fields, right? Like being lawyers or doctors, something of that nature, or you guys could have jobs. I'm also seeing an 8, so it felt like it was an infinite loop of karma that you couldn't get yourself out of. Let me tell you, you can. And only you can. No one else can do it for you. If you choose to stay down and think like a victim, then more experiences that victimize you will be attracted to you. You will manifest them, right? But if you take the courage and take the step to be like, you know what, this happened to me, I don't care. I'm going to heal the wounds that this event has caused me. I won't force myself to forgive the other person if I can't, but I will heal the wounds that they have caused me, the past experiences have caused me, because I deserve a better life. I deserve a life where I experience the opposite of what caused me trauma in the first place. So that is how you have to talk to yourself. I feel like you're going to have to empower yourself a little bit, be your own cheerleader for a little while, and then the people that love you will kind of come in and be your cheerleader as well. Why? Because you're already doing that for yourself, right? So if you want to manifest someone that loves you unconditionally, you need to build a relationship with yourself where you love yourself unconditionally. Okay, I'm stressing on this because it has never been more important to heal than it is now. So this is what I'm seeing here for you, group number 1. I hope you enjoyed this reading. This is what your thread painting looks like. I am so thankful for you for spending this time with me. Okay, I thank you. If you want to book a personal reading with me, you can do so by emailing me on mystiquetarot28@gmail.com. You can do that, and the email ID is in the description. I am going to say thank you to your guides, to you, to all of the sacred cards, the sacred paintings that I used today that helped me channel for you. I thank you so much, my divine soul family. Hopefully I'll see you in my next reading. If not, I thank you so much for watching this one. Bye. Hello and welcome, my dear loves. If you chose this channeled painting, this is going to be your reading. I can't help but think that this looks a bit like the moon. Although when I was painting this, I did not have any intentions of painting the moon. I say this always in my readings, but I do not plan what I paint. I'm always just keeping myself open to the energy and painting according to what spirit shows me. So I'm being taken to your moon sign. What about pile number 2's moon sign? Your moon sign could be a water sign, or you could be a water sign. Your sun sign could be a water sign, mix of water and fire. I just heard confidence. You are developing confidence. So let's get into your reading. I am going to, as always, start with your thread painting, because this is a watercolor reading. So we're starting with that, and then I will get into your cards. So I have the bowl and the thread ready. I'm just going to pick it up and lay it. You have been waiting for quite some time for this glow up. That's what I just heard. You have been waiting for this glow up to happen. Okay. I feel like you might have already watched a lot of readings on what your next glow up is going to be like. I feel like you are the kind of my collective that always watches the self-development readings a lot. Like, you're not just interested in future spouse readings, although I like to do those, and I'm sure that there's a lot of people that like those, but I just feel like you are very much focused and want to understand how to develop more. I just heard there is more to life than what I see, and that is what drives you. I feel like you're very intelligent, group number 2. If you have not been told, let me say, you are very intelligent. Wow, whoa, wow, wow. There are distinctive 3 patterns that almost look separate. Immediately I saw a family. Like the husband, the wife, and this is the child. Both of them making like a sacred space for the child to grow up. Why is a family coming through? I don't know. Maybe you're planning to have a family, or you're married recently and you're planning to have children. If this is not a biological child, then maybe you're planning to adopt a child, but there's something strong about childhood coming through for you. Why is childhood coming through? if you don't have a family and you're not planning to have a family, you're not planning to get married anytime soon, and you have not met your one, then I feel like this is a guide looking over you. And you have a lot of guides, more than you can realize, that are guiding you to manifest the life of your dreams. I feel a lot of positive energy from this pile. And the guides as well. The light beings that are watching you over you have a lot of light energy, okay? Now, sometimes when a person is very depressed, or I'll sense into some kind of a dark energy, because that is a heavy, dense energy to get into, right? But for this pile, I'm getting that this is a very light energy. I feel like you've transmuted a lot of wounds, or you've worked on yourself quite a bit, and that is why I feel like your spirit guides are now watching you closely as you step into, I don't want to say step, as you fly into the newer dimension, or the newer, it's like life is opening itself to you, and you'll be able to see something that you didn't before. You'll be able to go beyond the eyes, beyond what the human eye can see, to look into something that maybe was not obvious to you, because we are limited to our sense perception, sense organs, right? There's something about freedom coming through. I feel like in your next glow up would not even be the word, your next transformation phase, as you step into this new one, is going to be a lot about you flying and feeling free. It's a lot about feeling free. It's like you're suddenly realizing something about the universe, and now you're like, oh my god, I can actually have what I want. Oh my god, it's like that kind of spiritual knowledge that just opens your mind. Like, your mind is not the same anymore, you know. For example, when we came to know about manifestation and law of attraction as a human collective, we realized that, oh, we can actually have what we want. We are manifesting all the time. In fact, it is a law that you must get what you want, which was not something that was known to us, because we are brainwashed into believing that we can't have what we want, or trying to get what we want is going to be a difficult, strenuous journey. And it doesn't have to be if you don't want it to be. That's it. It doesn't have to be if you don't want it to be. It can be easy, right? It can be easy to be a millionaire. Nobody tells you. They're like, oh, it's hard. But if law of attraction is real and I manifest it into being easy, then that's what it's going to be, isn't it? So I feel like your next transformation, I would like, is not just a glow up, is you feeling and flying free. Something about you feeling and flying free. It's like that feeling is going to feel so fresh, and you're going to be so happy that you came across some hidden information or something like that, that the fact that it sets you free in such a deep and profound way is going to be enough. I feel like your priorities might change, or the dreams that you want or things that you pursued before might change, because you're like, okay, wait, I don't want that anymore, you know, like that's not interesting to me. I want something else. Like, that's the kind of vibe I'm picking up. So don't feel scared if you know you wanted something like maybe being a millionaire, and now suddenly it's like, okay, I want to help people. Like, how can I do that? Okay, how do I have this information, how do I give that? You know what I mean? Like, your priorities change, and it doesn't have to be like that. Maybe some of you will go the opposite, right? For some of you, you might have been very helpful, too helpful to the point of sacrificing yourself, and now you're like, okay, I want to put myself first. I want to be a millionaire. I want that kind of life experience. I want that experience of abundance. So you might pivot to that side, okay? So it's both. It's take it as it applies to you, because it's going to be different, and take it as it resonates, okay? Well, let's get into your cards and see if your cards have anything more. I feel like they do. I feel like I need to take the top ones. I just want to take one more card. Okay. I feel like this one is also important, so let me just keep it here. Oh my gosh, we have the Queen of Cups herself, the Queen of Cups. Yes. You are you are manifesting something. I feel like the method that you will be using, or this next glow up that is going to come in for you, is very much feeling based, like I said, right? It's very much all about you feeling like you're powerful, feeling like you can have anything and everything you want. And suddenly when you realize that, okay, I can have anything and everything I want, the greed goes away, because greed is lack mentality, right? Greed, the source of greed comes from, I cannot have enough of this, I want more, right? But you're feeling so abundant and so full of who you are in the most positive way, that material you might not be seduced by material pleasures anymore. And that is not to say that you shouldn't be materialistic, but I'm just feeling like you're going a step above and like you're free. Oh my gosh. Oh my god, the first card that you have is wealth. So maybe you have been trying to manifest money. Wealth will definitely come to you. We have the Ace of Wands. If you are coming from group number 1, wow, this is like the next phase, the next glow up of the next glow up that's happening for you. We have the Princess of Wands. Oh my gosh, that was the card that they got. We have material success in reversed, which I think is the Six of Pentacles. Okay. I feel like you don't need much advice, group number 2. Just strive forward, just keep going. You're already in the right direction. You're going in the right direction. So you don't have to worry about, what are you doing? Is it the right thing? Yes, it is. I feel like the path, the spiritual path that you are already on is the correct one. Okay. And I feel like this wealth card is the 10 of Pentacles. So you're going from 1 to 10. So it might feel a bit jarring, or you might doubt yourself. Do not give in to those doubts. Do not give in to those worries. Do not dwell on those. Do not focus on those. You're doing well. You're doing fine. Okay. Nothing will go wrong if you don't focus on it. Okay. Don't be defensive. Don't erect walls. Don't try to they're saying don't try to protect yourself, but listen to me carefully. When I say don't try to protect yourself, I'm not saying that you shouldn't stand up for yourself. What I'm saying is, if you protect yourself with the intention that somebody's going to harm you, it really is like a subconscious or an unconscious expectation. Okay, someone's going to harm me, so I need to protect myself, right? So you can also manifest with expectation. I don't know if this is talked about before in the spiritual community, but you know how the law of assumption exists? I feel like you can also do that with expectation. Like if you start doing this affirmation, I expect to be successful in everything that I do, you will really start having those expectations, and because you expect that, it's going to manifest. Okay, sometimes this happens with negative things, like if you go out and then you're waiting for the bus and you're like, oh, the bus is not going to come on time, the train is not going to come on time, or the taxi is not going to come on time, then that is really what's going to happen, because you expect that. And expectation is a little bit stronger than assumption, isn't it? Although assumption is much more effective than the power of expectation. So start wielding this power of expectation and be like, I know I'm going to feel free. I know I am free. I know I am powerful. I know I am intelligent. Nobody can put me down. I am invincible. I am unstoppable. And I am all of these things. And I'm going to get from 0 to 100. And so it is. I feel like you're holding a lot of power, or I feel like maybe you don't know this, but you're holding on to a power that you don't know. Like this is giving me the energy that you're holding something that is life itself, or it is potential energy. You're holding potential energy. So all you need to do is let it be converted into kinetic energy. And maybe there is some kind of a blockage, like you feeling like it's going to fail, and so that is what is prohibiting you from being successful. You could be an Aries, although but this card is giving me very much Aries vibes because of the fire. So you could be an Aries young woman. You don't have to be young, but your energy is young. No matter how old you are by human years, your energy is young. You're here to give some kind of a wisdom to other people, or if this is not a whole collective like a YouTube channel, it could just mean your family, the people that are immediately surrounding you, around you, those people. Also, try to bring balance into your life, balance between the material and the spiritual. I feel like you need to meditate, or you need to take some quiet time for yourself. If you're already meditating, take some quiet time for yourself. You might, if you are a water sign, especially if your moon sign is a water sign, you might find yourself getting tired all of a sudden, or feeling very drained after a big day, or feeling very exhausted after you've spent a lot of time outside, or feeling like energyless after you've been in large crowds. And the reason why is that you're sucking up someone else's emotions. Like, that is what water does, right? It takes on the form of the container. The water does not have form in and of itself, right? It does, but it doesn't. It obeys the container. So I feel you need to take some quiet time for yourself to recharge. And when I say recharge, it doesn't mean that you will sit on your phone or, do all that. Like, put on some upbeat binaural beats or some kind of a meditative music, okay? I just heard 423, maybe 423 hertz, I don't know why I heard that. But is some kind of specific frequency that you need to hear, okay? It might feel jarring or headachy at first, but it will pass. Then you listen to the binaural beats and just sit in a meditative, keep your phone away, and don't focus too much on the thoughts or the feelings that you're feeling. Just keep bringing your focus to the music and to how that feels, and keep bringing your focus to your breath. That's it. That's all. If your thoughts are taking you in this direction, and this is what I'm going to eat, and this is what I'm going to do, and I have to go to the bathroom, and this and that, it's like, okay, you have those thoughts. Don't try to reject them. Don't try to get rid of those thoughts, because you cannot. Just pivot the focus, okay? Slowly keep on pivoting the focus as much as you want, as much as you can. Pivot the focus to how your breath feels in your body, how it feels to be sitting on a cushion, how does the air of the room feel. Like, keep connecting to your body again and again, right? How do your hands feel, how does your head feel. Keep being in the feeling energy and not so much in the thinking energy. I feel like that these are some things that will help you greatly step into your next glow up. Similar to pile 1, I feel like firstly, you're manifesting a lot of abundance, or a lot of abundance is coming to you. A lot of wealth is coming to you. The things that I mentioned above, those are key so that this abundance can come to you, okay? Secondly, I feel like you're going to finally feel free, as I said, right? You're going to be in a very good feeling state within yourself, right? Some people will become millionaires, but they're not happy. Like, they still feel greedy. They're still feeling unsatisfied, right? So I feel like you're not going to be one of those people. You're definitely in the feeling state of happiness and joy, high vibrational feelings, okay? Thirdly, I feel like a small number of you, maybe those of you that are coming from group number 1 or will go to group number 1 after this reading is done, those of you are, the message here is that you are coming into your personal power. You are wielding your personal power. I feel like you finally realize that, okay, wait, I'm the creator of my life, so why should I manifest bad things for myself? Let me take the time to heal my wounds, to understand myself, to know myself, because this is my life and I deserve to live the life that I want. So it's a lot about, because I do see a lot of fire, so it's like maybe your old self is burning away or melting away, Don't get scared of, like, I know I'm using intense words, but for those of you that go through a lot of trauma, or you have 8th house placement, Scorpio placement, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Every ego death feels so literally like death, right? That's why it's called ego death. So I feel like your old self is kind of burning away or melting away. It's not just a process of that you're shedding skin, like literally I see your old self melting away. And you are like blossoming, or like a phoenix, you're rising from the fire that burned your old self, right? You're rising from the ashes and be like, hello, I'm back. You thought you could put me down, but I just left that in the past. I feel like there are a lot of people around you that want to put you down or want to see you fail. And you're just like, hello, I'm hearing the B word, okay? B, okay? Chis, okay? Merge those two. That's what I'm hearing. It's reminding me of the CL song. She's got a song, and it's reminding me of that. Like that song might not resonate with all of you, but that's what I just heard in my mind. It's like you're disappearing and then you're reappearing. And then the public is like, wait a second, what happened? Whoa, group number 2 is so rich. Like, how did they get that house? How did they get that car? How did they get that Mercedes? How did they get that Porsche? Like, how do they have like a 4-bedroom apartment? How do they have a penthouse? You know what I mean? Like, they're looking at you and they're like, oh my god, how did group number 2 do that? Like, even as I say this, it's like, ha ha ha. So I feel like that's going to be the energy of the collective that are going to witness the new you after this death like moment, right? It's not a literal death. Once again, it's a metaphysical death. It's a metaphorical death, okay? It's not a physical death. You're not actually dying. That is not what I said, okay? Yeah, once again with the wands and wands energy, you're coming out more compassionate and more empathetic, more emotionally intelligent, but also richer, literally richer in terms of abundance. That is your next glow up. You're also coming out more courageous and will be able to stand up for yourself very easily. So that is what I'm seeing for you, group number 2. And you're also going to feel free. You're going to feel like you're free, which I feel like is very important for you. You could be an Aquarius, but you don't have to be. Somehow freedom feels important. I feel like you can see through the world the way it is, and you know that a lot of it is controlled. Like, we have, we human children are brainwashed from the time that they are a child, right? We have all of these disgusting practices that enslave children at a very young age, and then we grow up and we don't believe in ourselves, we don't believe in our own potential, we are cut off from self-love, we are cut off from our own confidence, our own personal power, right? Our own autonomy, because that would make us hard to control, and they don't want that. So I feel like you're coming into that power, finally realizing that, wait a second, I create my reality. You don't get to tell me what I create. You don't get to tell me what to do, because this is my life, and so I will build the rules, not you. So I feel like you might end up doing something unconventional that goes against maybe your family. If you are like the black sheep or the scapegoat or the golden child of the family, then you'll be like, no, I've had enough, bye. You know what I mean? Like, you'll be like, bye, I'm emotionally distancing myself from you. Some of you might even physically distance yourself, because you're like, I don't want this anymore. This is not the kind of person I want to be. I don't like who I am when I'm with you, so I don't want that. Bye. A lot of you will be walking away, or are currently thinking of walking away from abusive relationships. This could be a husband, this could be a wife, this could be a family, this could be friends, toxic friends that you're walking away from, some kind of toxic collective, and you're walking away from them. And I feel like that is one of the biggest reasons you're coming into your power, because now you realize, hey, wait, everybody's not going to treat you like shit, It's just them, because they are S, not you, right? They are the shit, not you. Not the shit, but like only shit. So yeah. Okay, I feel like this was it for your reading. You're also going to feel very sensitive, so just take your time. This could be an intense time whenever you're watching this. This is a timeless reading. This could be an intense time for you, intense changes for you, so relax and ease into it. Spirit is asking you to just bring yourself peace as much as you can, because this could be an overwhelming experience. So don't feel like there's something is going wrong. Yes, people are falling away. Yes, you're distancing yourself. Yes, you're coming into your power. It's going to feel uncomfortable because it's unfamiliar. That doesn't mean that you're not born to be powerful. You came here to be powerful, okay? You were born to be this. You were born to be rich, born to be powerful, born to be wealthy. You're like that wealthy, rich, beautiful aunt or uncle that everyone knows, but no one knows anything about you because you don't reveal your life, We are just there sitting in your penthouse, like living your life and meditating and connecting with source and spirit and the universe, and everybody's wondering, like, what is file number 2 up to? You know what I mean? There's a lot of mystery, so you might keep your private life very private, or you keep your personal life too very private. Definitely a lot of Scorpio Aries energy and a lot of water energy. So also I just heard Sagittarius, so that could be another fire sign if you're not an Aries. But then again, even if you're not the zodiac sign, these messages, if they resonated with you, they are for you. So this was it for your reading, my group number 2s. I hope you enjoyed. If you want to book a personal reading with me, you can do so by emailing me. My email address is in the description, so just shoot me an email and I will get back to you. And I would like to take time to thank you, my dear loves, to thank all of the sacred paintings. Thank you so much for allowing me to channel the sacred decks and cards that I use. Thank you so much for allowing me to read for group number 2, and hopefully I'll see you in my next reading. If not, I thank you so much for watching this one. I forgot to pick out an affirmation card for you, so let me just pick out one and then I will immediately say bye. On the map of my life's journey, the lines on my face are the roads I have traveled. Today I shall remind myself that growing older is a privilege. I will show myself immense empathy and compassion. Yes, for those of you that have been through a lot, have kindness for your old self or your past. Maybe I feel like for a lot of you, your past was very, very traumatic or very painful. I'm grateful for all of my big and small successes. Oh my gosh, this is the exact same card that group number 1 got. Today I shall focus on how I can use my success to help someone else. I will pay it forward and pass the abundance along. Ooh, okay. Wow. Yeah. Okay, so now I will close your reading and I'll see you in my next reading. Bye. Hello, my loves. If you chose this mini heart channeled painting, then this is going to be your reading. I welcome you. I feel like a lot of you could be here for the first time. Hello. I hope you are doing well. Let's start with your reading. I won't waste a lot of your time with greetings. So I'm starting off your reading with a thread painting, which is how I channel. I am an artist, so I use a lot of art in my readings to channel. So far, I am not hearing anything. I'm hearing like a silence. I feel like there's going to be a lot of peace coming into your life, a lot of stability. Some of you could be coming out of toxic relationships or some kind of an unstable, volatile environment. I just heard Hunger Games. Some of you are coming out of some kind of an unstable environment. So I see a lot of peace coming into your life, and it's almost like Spirit is giving a confirmation. It is not even so much like a message from me to you. Spirit just gave a confirmation that yes, you will have a lot of peace and stability in this next glow up or in this next phase. I feel like you're going to be much more grounded in your being. It's like in this phase, you know yourself. in this next glow up, nobody can tell you what to do. It's a lot like group number 1 and 2, so maybe some of you could have been drawn to that. Maybe there are additional messages. If you want, you can watch them, but if you don't, if you are not, that's okay too. This is your reading. So let's get in and let's see what is this next glow up. Oh wow, okay, you're physically attractive. If there is anything that you have been trying to manifest in terms of your physical body, it is happening. It's definitely happening. So for those of you that are having an illness or don't want some kind of a disease and you're manifesting health, which is the absence of said disease, I feel like it is happening. Some of you are working with your kundalini energy, although maybe you don't call it that, but you're working with your sexual energy or kundalini energy. Maybe you're manifesting something through magic, as it is called, and manifestation on steroids. If you want to know more about that, there's a video on YouTube, magic manifestation on steroids. Then you can go ahead and look at that. 𝘨𝘀 also has a video on sexuality, so you guys can go ahead and look at that as well. But I'm feeling that there's something about you blossoming, or glowing, literally your skin glowing. I'm seeing tanned brown skin. You don't have to be brown, okay? I don't make my readings about races or genders or skin color, but I'm seeing like healthy, bronzy, glowing skin. Like you know those videos, if you've seen on Instagram or Pinterest, those makeup videos, and then there are final shots of like the girl in the sunlight, and she's like tan tan tan, like showing off her face and how glowy it is. I feel like you're radiating like that. Maybe you guys are my pile from the last reading where I said you are radiating. Maybe you chose that pile, and once again, if you chose this pile, please, this is done. It's done. This is a confirmation. Yes, it's done. You are radiating. That's it, period. Even if you didn't watch that pile, this is still a confirmation that yes, you are. It's like you're going to be a more glowing version of yourself, a more light version of yourself. And when I say light, I don't mean your skin color. I literally mean light in terms of the light, like as in this flame light, right? This light, you're going to be less shadow and more light, okay? Maybe you are a light being or a star seed came on this earth, okay? And you're finally waking up to your powers like telepathy or psychic abilities like clairsentience, clairvoyance, clairaudience. Maybe you're waking up to those abilities, and I feel like your next glow up is going to come in because of these abilities. You don't have to have them, but I feel like you will somehow have those abilities or know how to practice those abilities. It's like you have those abilities, but maybe they're not activated. You know what I mean? They're not activated, and so you have to kind of take the time to activate. And I feel like that is the reason. It's more like your potential energy is, it's like you already have the potential to have these abilities like clairsentience, clairvoyance, right? But it might not have been activated. So in the next glow up, you're activating that part of you, and then you're going to come into your next glow up. So we see a lot of physical attractiveness, we see a lot of psychic abilities, we see that you will get a lot of downloads from the universe, a lot of psychic information, divine information, wisdom. I'm being shown a high priestess with the divine book that she holds. She's somebody that holds like the secrets of the universe, right? Psychic knowledge, like things that cannot be seen through the naked eyes. That is what she sees, the high priestess. She's so connected to the ether or the etheric realm or the spiritual realm. She can give, when she gives an information, it's almost always from the perspective of the spiritual realm. And I feel like you could be stepping into, so I'm seeing like a spiritual evolution for you, but I'm also seeing that in terms of physical. But as you transcend your limitations in terms of you doing shadow work or inner work, you know, you're transcending self-doubt, you're transcending self-hate, things that are low vibrational, like jealousy or misinformation, mind control, you're getting out of that, you're leaving that behind. And as you leave that behind, you spiritually evolve, your energy radiates, your energy is getting light, right? It's getting lighter, it's shining more, you're shining, your light is more intense now, right? As you get that, the physical attractiveness is going to be like the byproduct of that for some of you, because as your energy heals, your body will heal. In the body, if there are any disturbances in the body, like any physical ailments or whatever, it's always because the energy is affected or blocked in some way, or there is an emotional or a psychological wound. There is always an invisible, a non-physical reason why a disease or a state of unhealth has mentioned. I don't know if unhealth is a word, but you know what I mean. State of unhealth has manifested. So as you heal your spiritual body or your etheric body, your emotional body, your physical body kind of heals itself, because the body stores trauma, right? When you choose to heal it, it will let go. It won't feel the need to hold that anymore. So I'm being taken to the book called The Body Keeps Score. I don't know the author, but I was taken to that book. Maybe it will benefit you from reading that book. I'm being shown a lot of heart strings, the 𝑘𝑠 𝓚 as they are called in biology. They're literal things, by the way, in the heart. Okay, they prevent the heart from collapsing in and of itself, because the heart is contracting, relaxing all day, every day. That is how it pumps blood, right? It has to do that. So I think that's a function of 𝑘𝑠 𝓚, and I feel like spirit is trying to keep you from collapsing when you get such a huge amount of psychic energy. Like, you will be protected, you will be safe. It might feel a little bit overwhelming at first when you come across this, but it will be okay. I want to say everything will be okay. It will be okay for you. I don't know why I wanted to say that, but that is what I heard one of your spirit guides say, so you needed to hear that maybe. Okay, so we have 4 cards for you. Wow, you have the 4 of Swords. I feel like you're relaxing. You're relaxing at this time. But when I say relaxing, I'm not saying that you're being lazy. I feel like you're relaxing and understanding, taking the time to understand yourself, understand your wounds. Like, you're taking time out, not being focused so much on the physical, and being like, I feel like you're focusing more on the non-physical or the spiritual side of yourself, and asking yourself, what did I actually need? Because love is one of the things that is not physical entirely. It's more like invisible, right? So you can't always tell if you have not been loved, is that you're missing that. But I feel like you're praying, and it's almost like you're praying to yourself and praying yourself into healing. It's not even like you're praying to a god. I don't see that. I feel like you realize that you are a conscious creator, and so it's like, wait, then I need to thank myself for going through all of that I did, and for going through all of these sword moments, these 10 of Swords moments, right? And I can, oh my gosh, there's literally a light coming through the window. Now the 4 of Swords, if you have seen in the traditional Rider-Waite tarot, it doesn't look like that. There's just a window and that's it. But here you can see that there is a proper light falling on him, right? So I feel like that is what is happening for you as well, because spirit is giving you spirit's light. You wake up to your own light and you're shining, you're radiating. Group number 3. Oh, we have 2 cards. We have material world and we have material success, both of them being material. What are they? Chances. This is the 3 of Pentacles and the 9 of Pentacles. If you need, take some help from someone who is wiser than you, or don't be afraid to ask for help at this time. Don't be averse to working in a team at this time, because this person might just give you some kind of an important knowledge or important information, important tidbit that you need to ascend or to level up, to glow up. We have the Knight of Wands. Wow. We have the Chariot. Wow. Wow. We have victory in an upright position. Oh yeah. I feel like you're rebalancing yourself, right? You're finding the love for yourself. You're being kind to yourself. It's like you suddenly wake up and you're like, wait, I treat everyone with so much kindness and love. Why do I not treat myself that way? Oh, I have been programmed to be unkind to myself, to be cruel to myself because of my upbringing or whatever environment that I was in. Okay, then I'm going to treat myself as if I was my own friend, or as if I was my own divine partner or boyfriend, girlfriend, romantic partner, right? And you start doing that and you realize that life is changing very quickly. The things that you are a match to change very quickly. You suddenly find yourself being loved by a lot of other people on the outside because you made the decision to love yourself. Wow. So I feel like things, as soon as that changes your decision, you know, on a spiritual level, on a spiritual plane, on an emotional level, your energy point of attraction changes, and now you are manifesting all these wonderful things for yourself. You are manifesting all these wonderful things for yourself. And it's not even that you consciously try to manifest these things, right? Like you put in effort into being rich, or like you were putting in effort to look successful. No. You just made the decision to pour love into yourself, to be your own friend. And things will change by themselves because the law of attraction says, it's a law, right? It's working all the time. It says that you manifest what you feel in your outside reality. So your outside reality is like the reflection of who you are inside, because this is a mirror reality. So I feel that with the Knight of Wands, with the Chariot, that you are repivoting yourself. It's like a reroute. It's like you're changing your, I'm literally seeing connections between neurons and the synapses. I'm literally changing your neural pathways in the brain, changing because you've made the decision. Your brain chemistry, your central nervous system is changing. And because your body, even on a physical level, when you made that decision on a spiritual level, your physicality changes, right? It affects your physical body. And because it affects your physical body, your entire point of attraction has changed. And these new changes will come in very quickly because we have the Knight of Wands. They will come in very quickly, like lightning. They will come in. Like if you want a new partner, here you got it. You know, you want money, here you got it. It's gonna be like that. But it all depends on you making the choice to be the charioteer and the, I don't want to say puppeteer, but you know what I mean, like living your life on your own terms and making decisions for yourself and abiding by those decisions. If you made the decision to love yourself, to be your friend, abiding by that decision. Like if you are in a situation where you're very overwhelmed, what would you say to your friend? That is exactly what you say to yourself, right? If you are going through a breakup, and like what would you say to your friend? That is exactly what you say to yourself. We have victory here with the Six of Wands. So I feel like success is guaranteed. Whatever you're doing, group number 3, on a spiritual, physical level, whatever you're doing, victory is definitely guaranteed, because we literally have the card of victory here. And I feel like you're very popular. Some of you might not resonate with that, but I feel like you're very popular. I feel like, or you will be very popular if you are not. And other people are going to witness this glow up and be like, oh my god, how did pile number 3 get from there to there? From zero to a hero? Like, how did that happen? From rags to riches, how did that happen? You guys could have been attracted to group number 2 because they had this similar story of going from rags to riches, and then people were wondering like, oh, what happened? And it's like you made the spiritual changes that needed to be done, and that is why. Also here, there is light coming in through the window. I didn't notice it. Yeah, that is why maybe spirit is sending someone to help you in some way. I don't know what kind of help this is. Maybe this person only gives you an advice, or they say one sentence and then that is enough to that is enough to make, allow you to make the decision, whatever decision you need to make in order for this next glow up to come in. But don't close yourself off, because spirit is guiding you at this time. Okay, so be open to any energies that are bringing any change. This could be a physical human, or it could be your guides communicating to you. Be open. This can come in any way. I feel like for most of you, it could be a physical human that comes in and says something, or maybe you have a conversation with them and then something opens up. Maybe you're not even asking for help, but it's like, be open, because you will get it. Okay, and victory is definitely a definite for you. Okay, it is happening. So that is what I'm seeing for you, group number 3. If you want to book a personal reading with me, I do readings on a lot of topics like future spouse, career, psychic readings, psychic energy readings, sexual energy readings, future self readings, higher self readings. So you can just email me and write which topic you're interested in. I will get back to you. My email address is in the description. It's mystique-28@gmail.com. Yeah, so I'll get back to you. Also, a lot of future timelines. What are you a match to at this time? All those kind of good stuff, like a soulmate relationship and all the fun stuff. I feel like I'm forgetting some kind of a topic, but this is what I'm being reminded by. This is what I'm being reminded of. It's like you've come out of a war. You've come out of a war victorious, and then you know how people get so happy when the king returns after a war? Like, that's the kind of feeling. But this is not the people. Maybe this, for most of you, these are your spirit guides, and these are your spirit guides. Like, wow, pile number 3, finally, they arrived. They have arrived to who they are. Like, they are rejoicing because you have emerged victorious over your past demons or your low vibrational frequency. Like, you've ascended yourself. That is what I just heard. And you will become like the shining light for a lot of people, a lot of other people. So that's what I see for you, group number 3. I take the time to thank you. I take the time to thank all of the beautiful cards and decks that we used today for this beautiful channel painting. Thank you so much for allowing me the honor to read for my group number 3, my beautiful sacred group number 3, my handsome group number 3. And I want to pick one card from the affirmations deck just to see if there is an affirmation that might work for you. We have technology is a boon but can also be a distraction, leading to a mind that is overwhelmed. Today I promise to keep myself away from all screens an hour before I go to bed. Okay. You need to take time away from your mobile phone, group number 3, for this change to happen in a less overwhelming way. Okay? Don't try to escape this overwhelming feeling by, going on your phone and doom scrolling. It's better not to do that at this time, as you are stepping into this new version, the 2.0 version of you. So yeah, hopefully I'll see you in my next reading. If not, I thank you so much for watching this one. As always, I love you and I'm sending you my light, although you don't need it, and I wish you all of the very best on your journey. See you in my next reading. Bye.